the Do Better Podcast. I am your host, Theo Coop. We are back with another video. This time I have a reaction to the content creator Love Dorsey. I've seen her content quite a few times throughout the years, but I never reacted to it before, so let's get to it. Shout out to the homie Sloppy Joe. He sent this over to me. Also, reminder, if you guys ever want to send me something to react to, my email is DoBetterPod1@gmail. I think I'll have it on the screen right now. I won't be able to react to everything, but if it's good, I'll react to it. Love Dorsey speaks on women having children with the wrong men. Let's get to it.
What's up, y'all?
What up, though?
This gonna sting for some of y'all. Don't come on here in your feelings, please. Please let them kids see their father. Some of y'all not gonna like what I'm finna say, but I have to offer y'all this little piece of education so that y'all could stop with the back and forth in my comments with one another. And you know, some of y'all men aren't aware of this, and some of y'all females, so it's not just one gender or the other. I'm just finna give y'all a little bit of knowledge so y'all can understand some shit. I want to say this, right? So a lot of y'all going back and forth in my comments with each other, not with me, with each other, about the content in the last two videos or reels that I posted, right? So I want to say this. In our history of, you know, black folk, right? In the 1960s, like, some shit occurred that a lot of y'all are not educated on. So when you speak, you know, I can tell that you're not educated because you say stuff that don't make sense with history, right? This is why it's important as an adult, even though you graduated high school and you did whatever college that you wanted to do, for whatever career that you went in, you still need to educate yourself about why the world is the way it is, and why things, you know, are going the way they're going, right? But anyway, small piece of information, piece of history. 1965, a Democratic senator by the name of Daniel, how do you say his last name? Moynihan, right? He put out a piece of literature that really shedded light on this. And a lot of y'all, you're unaware, you know what I mean? Which is fine. You're ignorant to it. I'm going to help you, you know, come up to date, right? So the piece of literature he put out, it really just basically shed light on the idea that there is an agenda to break up black homes, to make it where there is not strength in our family units, and that we don't see family units as a source of strength. And then it started this whole government welfare shit, you know what I mean, to where women replace the fathers in urban and black homes, low income households, with government assistance, right? So a lot of y'all don't realize, right, the Moynihan report. So a lot of y'all don't realize, and I'm glad somebody on here knows their history, right?
Yeah, I remember Kevin Samuels breaking that up.
So a lot of y'all don't realize when I be speaking on these topics, it comes from a space of I am educated as to how we got here. So when y'all try to argue with me and you go back and forth with one another in the comments, I look and see and I can tell who don't know their history and who is just speaking on what they feel. Anyways, fast forward, I'm gonna offer y'all just some honesty, right? Some raw honesty. And you ain't gonna like what I'm about to say, but I gotta give it to you this way based on what I'm explaining. And for those of y'all that you are ignorant, look up the Moynihan report. Look up Daniel Moynihan. He was a Democratic senator. He was one of the first people to speak out and say, hey, hold on. Some shit is going on where there is an agenda to separate and break up black homes, right? Now, fast forward to now. Just gonna offer y'all some truth. You don't have to like it, right? When we talk about low income, African American males in the streets, African American males, low income, still working on their basics, African American males that have not found their pocket in life for success, meaning I told y'all with men, you either have to be in this country fruitful and successful with money based on what you know or wealth that you've built or inherited, or you have to be a skilled laborer for just society in general to deem you successful, right? These men that y'all having sex with that are in a space where their basics are not together, they're heavy in the streets, they are going through the low income struggle, the bullshit that just comes along with being ignorant to a lot of information to get you ahead in life, right? Coming from households where they were set back. These men are not sleeping with y'all to have children. They're sleeping with y'all because they want to have raw sex. And obviously they have the urge just like any other human being. Is it right? I'm not talking about right or wrong. I'm telling some of y'all females that's out of touch with reality and logic what's going on. These guys that don't have themselves together, they are not fucking y'all raw to have children and become a guy that has multiple kids but don't got no fucking money or stability to support it. That's not why they're sleeping with you. They're sleeping with you for the feeling.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
They're sleeping with you because you allowed them to have unprotected sex with you. And this is crazy to me. The notion that these women think that just because men will have raw sex with you, that's an indication that he wants to have a family with you or doesn't care if you become pregnant. Becoming pregnant is not the goal. That's just a consequence of having unprotected sex. Mind blowing. If that's how these women really think, Jesus Christ.
They're sleeping with you for the raw sex. They're sleeping with you because while I'm low income and don't have my basics together, I still get that feeling of feeling like a man or like I've accomplished something by fucking a female. Not talking about if it's right. I'm trying to help some of y'all get a fucking grip on what's going on. There is only y'all women that's sitting around and making these decisions to have these children, because the decision for a child to be birthed lies with the female. It's y'all females that's making these decisions to have these children and bring them into the world when you're knowing you don't got a fuck thing and he don't got a fuck thing. And the idea is a lot of y'all, you keep screaming like, why you ain't talking to the men? Why you ain't talking to the men? Let me offer you some logic and reality. Niggas is fucking y'all raw for the sex. And yes, becoming pregnant and a child being born is a consequence of irresponsible, unprotected sex. Right. But I'm telling y'all, these men are not fucking y'all raw that are in these positions to create families with you. They are sleeping with you raw for the feeling.
I hate to pause it again, but the fact that she has to emphasize that point, making me think that, because I know Love Dorsey does consultations, she does one-on-ones with people, that's how delusional these women are. They convince themselves that these men, these pookies, want to have families with them. And they're not even the caliber of men that should be having families anyway. And also the emphasis on thinking logical. Ladies have to be more logical. Everything just can't be feelings based, how you feel. You have to use your head.
You gotta get a grip, girl. Grab a hold to yourself. Cause y'all think just because a nigga keep coming over there fucking y'all raw, or hell, you might be in a relationship with him and he wanna have raw sex. Y'all think that means that he wants to have a kid, change his life around, stand up and be a man, and these motherfuckers don't even be having their basics together. There is none of these niggas. None of them. I'm speaking for all of them. And you can ask them to come on here and disagree if they feel like I'm telling a lie. None of these niggas is heavy in the streets, low income like a motherfucker, no success, no real stability, nothing of their own, no vision for their life. None of them is saying, I want to go and get Joanne, Keisha, Jane, Monisha, whatever the fuck y'all names be, pregnant and start a family while I'm still fucked up as a man. Y'all gotta really understand this, cause y'all killing me with this shit.
Y'all killing me with this.
And y'all don't realize you're programmed on what's keep getting repeated to you. If you understand paradigms, if you understand conditioning, you are being conditioned to believe that single is the way to be. Having babies and raising them on your own is the way to be. And then the product of children coming out of households governed just by mothers and no male figures around. The product of that in the dating pool, you hate it. You hate it, you hate it, you hate it. Y'all females, you have so many complaints about men that act like bitches and don't have a leadership side. But what is happening in the households that begin from what I was just talking about, it starts with us. It starts with what the fuck the government had going on. We talk about things like the report I just explained from 1965. Like, it is deeper than just, oh, niggas ain't shit and he knew he was fucking me raw and he better still. It's not just that. Like, get a fucking grip. And then if y'all notice, I'm gonna show y'all how fucked up it is and you're not even realizing it. When you get pregnant from one of these dudes that I was fucking you raw for the sex, not because I wanted to have a baby. Is a baby a consequence of irresponsible sex? Yes. Did I know that could be a possibility? Yes. But my attention the entire time I was fucking on you was on the fact that I like the feeling, that I like the control and power it gives me to sleep with you unprotected. That is what I'm on as a man. When you fuck around and get pregnant from one of these type of dudes, and they don't have their life together, they are in a space where I'm heavy in the streets, or I'm coming from low income, or I don't have myself together as far as my basics, right? You're pregnant from me, right? If you notice, The majority of them are raised by a single woman that has a mentality just like yours, because you're going to keep your baby no matter what the fuck he say, right? Cool, right? You keep your baby, nobody telling you not to do what the fuck you gonna do, girl. But his mama is the same type of woman you are. And what is happening is when y'all become pregnant and you let him know, and then the mama knows about it, she doesn't go and try to come to the aid of her son and help boss him up, right? Because she raised him to be the type that he is right now, which is why he struggles to find his pocket as a man, because she kept him from around any fucking positive role model that's a male. But anyway,
Bang! Bang! It's good!
She cooking.
if you notice, when these grandmothers, these paternal grandmothers step in, they step in and all they do is try to do it for the nigga. And that's why a lot of y'all is mad, because the mother that is just like you think you're different from her because you don't like Miss Jackson or whatever the fuck her name is. You think you so different, but y'all are actually one and the same. She comes in and what she does is try to buy all the stuff for the grandbaby for him. She try to babysit for him so that he don't have to actually get cussed out by you. She just tries to do it for him. If you notice, she doesn't step in as the grandmother and tries to actually give her son the gems she should have got him when he was fucking being raised by her in order for him to boss up and do it himself. She tries to do it for him.
And that's also an add-on to what Love Dorsey just said. Also, the fact that she's doing these things for her grown-ass son is another problem. That's something that she likely did to him ever since he was younger.
Then y'all be mad because the nigga come pick the baby up and drop him off at his mama house. Y'all be mad because you be asking him for money, but a lot of times the money be coming from his mama, or the time be spent with his mama, or his mama step in and play that role. And then some of y'all, you just go with it, but y'all not ready for this kind of conversation. And she's the same type of bitch you are, because both of you hoes don't understand. Men need to be in these conversations. They need to be in the upbringing of a child. They need to be in the fucking involved. This is where you put a stop to this shit. But y'all don't understand this. So all y'all want to do is get under one of my videos and comment, what about the dudes? What about the dude? It's deeper than that. And there are real historical reasons, real fucking mental reasons as to why we as the females need to start thinking differently.
Logical.
Over 68% of children being born since like 2010 in the black community are coming up in single parent households, and the majority of that percentage is headed by a woman. And most of these women do not have positive male role models for these children. And they are the mothers and the grandmothers. And the idea is this babbit ass mindset is being passed around. And that is why in all reality, it's us versus us. It's the baby mama that got this fucked up mentality versus the grandmother that raised the nigga that the baby mama can't get the co-parenting situation right with, because look at what the fuck she raised him up on. The same type of foundation and principles that ain't about shit. We as women have to start being more logical. Changing the way we look at things when it comes to these relationships. Start being more real with y'all self. Y'all keep on saying this dumb ass, low budget ass, low income ass, broke ass mindset shit. Well, he was sleeping with me raw. He knew what he was. These niggas want the feeling of raw sex.
And I absolutely hate that. I'm glad she just touched on that. Well, he was sleeping with me. He knew what happens. He knew I could get pregnant. Again, the responsibility of a woman becoming pregnant falls squarely on you. And here's why. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. There's a thing called self-preservation. If you get pregnant, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get stuck with that baby. A man can walk away at any given time. So it would behoove you as an individual, self-preservation, that you, one, pick a quality man, not any Pookie or Ray Ray off the street. And then second of all, women bear the responsibility when getting pregnant, because you will get stuck with a baby. Anything happens to that man or he decides to walk away for whatever reason, I'm not saying men all the time will be right in that situation, but you're the one that's likely to be stuck with a baby. That's why you need to be more responsible and not have this accident. Well, he knew it could happen. No, you need to ensure it doesn't happen for your sake.
When y'all around here, first of all, you're picking wrong. Let's start there. You're picking wrong. You pass up every nigga that got himself together because you feel like he a square, right? And then you go for these all heavy in the street niggas that they're living a lifestyle where it's all about me, and then you get mad when you're not being made a priority once you become pregnant. Girl, that nigga wanted to feel that pussy raw. He did not want to build a family with you, hope. And yes, a nigga will tell you whatever he want to tell you to be able to get that raw pussy because it feels good. Let's be real. You know how good a nut feel? A lot of y'all, you don't want to be honest with yourself. These niggas is not walking around here with their basics not together and deciding I'm gonna fuck her raw with the intent to have a kid. Y'all kids be the consequence of irresponsible sex that you wanted because you wanted to feel like you mattered and you belonged and you wanted the extra attention, and he wanted it because he wanted to get a nut. It feels better raw. And until y'all start really being honest with yourself about this shit, you're gonna keep ending up in situations where you look stupid thinking that like, oh, it's wonderful, I can teach my son and my daughter everything they need to know as a single mom with no male role models. Everything's gonna turn out all right. Then when they grow up and they become the very thing you despise when you're dating, they don't want to take no accountability.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Mr. Simonson said that before as well. Single women, single mothers end up raising the type of sons that they hate. They end up raising beta men, the type of men that they themselves despise.
1, you gotta educate yourself. 2, you gotta start being logical. 3, you gotta manage your emotions. 4, you have to take care of your traumas and improve upon your social skills and your self-esteem so that you can pick better. Y'all keep picking these trash ass niggas that's not ready for no fucking family. Y'all the only ones, and I'm talking to y'all low budget ass, urban ass, motherfucking females that don't want to be told nothing, want to get on the live and argue with me. Y'all the only ones thinking that a nigga actually want a baby out of that raw sex y'all be having. They don't. And is having a baby a consequence of irresponsible raw sex? Yes, it is. But guess what? It's gonna affect you way more than it's gonna affect him.
What I just tell y'all.
And until you realize that, you will keep repeating the fucking cycle. And for those y'all that got kids already, you already did this. You can't undo it. You can't go back. Bitch, you better realize your children need men in their life. It don't even have to be their father. But bitch, when y'all hoes raising these children and you can't even keep a positive relationship with a male role model that's positive for your kids, you ain't got to be fucking them. But y'all can't get along with no nigga. It's always niggas ain't this, niggas ain't that, niggas ain't this, niggas ain't. How is your child going to get a well-rounded upbringing on how to be an adult? The world is ran by men and women, and it's mostly led by men when we talk about infrastructure and just the manufacturing of buildings and the production of automobiles and fucking medicine and all of that shit. Biology and fucking healthcare. All of that shit is headed by men. Yep. And the idea is you have to have a pocket for getting along and being able to coexist. Y'all fucking nuts. I'm just letting it settle in. Y'all really gotta start to check who y'all fucking, because you're picking the fuck wrong. If you trying to have a baby nowadays, if you one of them females that, oh, per my religion, I can't have no abortions, you need to make sure you're fucking a man that is stabilized by himself before you and him even mix. And that's not what y'all doing.
Nope.
So miss me with all that crybaby ass hoe shit. Y'all pass up regular niggas that got their stability together, and you go for niggas that have the swagger but no real stability. And I'm telling y'all, none of these dudes, swagger and all, that don't got they self together and stable is looking to have a fucking baby or a family right now. Will some of them, a tiny percent of them, do a 180 and get their shit together once you say you're pregnant? Yes, but the majority of y'all, you doomed, bitch. Down here you go, you and your jits.
Facts.
Sad. And frankly, I'm sick of it. Y'all got low self-esteem. You go into situations that we can all tell from the beginning, this is not gonna work out. And this is why some of these niggas don't be giving a fuck about walking away from y'all and the kid. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real with you all the way, G. From a real bitch to a lot of y'all fake assholes, I don't blame them. I already don't got my life together, right? I already was raised by a single bitch that think just the fuck like you do, right? So she ain't gonna really give me no gems. If I fucking have a baby with y'all, she gonna step up and try to play my role with you so y'all two can co-parent. I'm gonna go off and fuck another dumb bitch like you and get her pregnant too and keep doing this shit over and over again. I'm not mentally in a space to know how to be equipped with all this shit. Know why? Because I ain't never been around no man to teach me how to be a man. It was just always women. And this is why y'all hoes sit around with weak-minded ass dudes, and it's not because they just want to be weak-minded. My mother did the same thing to me that you're doing to the kids that we had.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
She on fire, bro.
I'll keep crying about niggas being too emotional and not stepping up and not leading and all of this shit. But then at the same time, y'all bringing up more sons and more daughters off the same mentality y'all got, where you fucking literally block them from getting the experience of being around men because you don't like what they're saying, because you don't agree with their perspective, because you don't want to be told what to do, because you want the government to be your baby daddy, because you want power and control over everything going on with the kids. So you never actually in your life felt like you needed to compromise or find a common ground with the man because you like it better when everything's in your control, because it feels better for your emotions. And you and his mama is the same way. And that's why you co-parent with Miss Jackson rather than with him. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Y'all make sure y'all have a wonderful day.
First time reacting to Love Dorsey, definitely won't be the last time. Couple points. Her having to tell other women that these men aren't trying to have babies with you, they're not trying to start families with you, is crazy to me. You give them access to raw sex, and they take advantage of it because you allow them to do it. Especially when we're talking these low-quality men. As Ms. Dorsey said, yes, having unprotected sex, consequences is pregnancy. But at the same time, that's not these men's intentions. And I've said something similar in previous videos about how I don't think all of these women run out here trying to have multiple kids by multiple men. I said what happens is they just don't use protection. It's just everybody's out here having raw sex, and then what happens because of that is pregnancy. So being Love Dorsey kind of said the same thing. We just took different paths to get to the same conclusion. And as crazy as that sounds to me, but it also speaks to something else Dorsey talked about, and that was women needing to think more logical. Of course, it doesn't apply to all women, but women have a privilege in which they can walk around this earth delusional, not living in reality whatsoever. I've seen video after video of women said, yes, I'm delusional. I prefer this over reality. But the issue is the longer you live in delusion, one, is going to be harder to bring you back out. And another thing is that everyone is not going to partake in your delusion. You can be as delusional as you want, but logic just needs to be applied more than anything. Women filter 100% of their being through their feelings. You have to be logical. Put your emotions and your feelings to the side. Stop thinking about how you feel and start to think logically. Use reason and rationale. And also, it's just being a repeat cycle when women not accepting the fact that you, as a woman, responsible for yourself getting pregnant. Yes, if a man has unprotected sex with you, that's a risk that he's taking, but you're partaking in it as well. Stated earlier, what's the likelihood of that man leaving and you being stuck with the baby? That's why it behooves you as a woman, self-preservation, to ensure that you don't get pregnant. But hey, what the hell is I know? I'm just a weed head talking on YouTube. You guys let me know what you think after party in the comments. My name is Theo Coop, but you can
Call me bitch.
do better.
Excuse me, bitches?